Hi friends, it's Miss Tara from the ComSwag Library, and today I wanted to share with you 3 STEM activities that use candy. We happen to still have a lot of candy left over at our house from Easter time, as we celebrate Easter at our house. And I was going through my son's Easter basket and noticed that a lot of the candy would work well for these science STEM activities. So STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. So these 3 activities are going to be 2 are going to be science related and 1 is going to be engineering. Okay, and they're super simple and they're all going to be things that you have in your house. Okay, so let's get started. Our first STEM activity today is going to be called Finding a Rainbow Using Chemistry. And it's going to be using, you're going to see a big word called diffusion, which is a chemistry word. And you're going to use, there's going to be 4 things that you need for this project. Okay, so part of the candy that we had left in our Easter basket, we had Skittles, and we also happen to have M&Ms in our house. So if you guys have Skittles or M&Ms, you can do this project. And you also need a plate. I'm using paper plates, but if you don't have paper plates at home, you just ask a grown-up if you could use your everyday plate. It's just going to be putting candy on it and adding some water. You need a measuring cup and some water. I have some warm water in here, but you can also use cold. And just a dish towel or paper towels in case you spill some of the water onto the table. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your plate first, and then you're going to either decide if you're going to use either your Skittles or your M&Ms, and you're going to put them in a pattern along the inner rim of the plate. Okay, that's step 1. Okay, so here's step 2 of the Finding a Rainbow project. Is we're using Skittles. So our 5-year-old son Vincent, another part of this project is to think about a pattern. So you're going to open up your bag of Skittles, okay, and you're going to put them in the center of the plate, and then you're going to, whoever's doing the project, think about the pattern they want to make. Okay, you have to either put the colors together by 2s or by 3s and put them in a big circle around the inner rim of the plate. Okay, and that is the next step. Okay, for our next step is you're going to take your measuring cup, okay, and fill it with warm water, and then you're just going to pour it, okay, right onto the plate. Okay, you want those Skittles to be covered in water, okay, and this is warm water like I said. Okay, now remember, this project is called Finding a Rainbow Using Chemistry. Now, there is a word called diffusion, and what this is, you're actually going to see as, so all the Skittles are artificially dyed, and when you add water to them, it's going to bring the molecules, you're going to have the molecules start running to a place where there's less molecules, essentially. Okay, and this is Finding a Rainbow Using Chemistry. Pretty cool. And you can also, I use warm water, but you can also use cold water. Okay, and then this is the beginning of the project, and if you're doing this at home, another way to extend the project out is to use either cold water or also to see how long it takes. What happens, come back in maybe 15 minutes or even leave it overnight and see what happens to the Skittles. Okay, so this is project 1. Okay, friends, so for our second STEM activity that uses candy, we're going to do the engineering part of STEM. And we're going to, I started out building it already, and it's called Jelly Bean Engineering. We still have a lot of jelly beans left over from Easter, and we also have toothpicks. So these are things that you also might have at home. And that's all you need to start building. So just be careful, because the point of the toothpick is you don't want to stick yourself, okay? This can be pointy. And the jelly beans that I have are a little tough the coating is tough, so you really got to press in the toothpick. But all you do is you put the toothpick on the end of the jelly bean and just push it in. Okay, you can do anything you want, but this is how I started. And then you add a jelly bean to the end of the toothpick. Okay, and you just got to be careful because it's a little, the jelly bean's hard and a toothpick, you don't want to stab yourself. So just take your time and you just push. If you might need a grown-up to help you. Okay, and so this is how I started. And it's just, and I'm going to try to build a tower, but you can build whatever you want. And that is, so I'm going to continue. I'll show you, I'm going to stick, I just made a base, and then I started building up. Okay, so I'm going to continue building up. So I'm just going to add, just to show you, I'm going to add a toothpick. And then stick it in the jelly bean. And then one end and the other end, stick the other jelly bean. It's basically a toothpick. And you want a jelly bean, toothpick, jelly bean. Okay, and you just stick the toothpick in the other end up. So you want to be careful, you don't want to stab yourself. Okay, and then I'm going to add this toothpick in here. Okay, and you just keep going and you build as whatever you want. There's no right or wrong thing, but this is engineering. This is the beginning of just as a fun way to build something. And just not using Legos, not using Lego logs, but actually using jelly beans and toothpicks. So have fun, and again, just remember, don't be careful about stabbing yourself, because the end of the toothpick is pointy. Okay, have fun. And the third quick STEM activity that we're going to do today that uses candy is Peeps. We had Peeps left over in our Easter basket also. And another fun science experiment, the science part of STEM, is the effect of heat on Peeps. So all you need for this experiment are Peeps and a microwave safe plate. Okay, so if you're not sure what that is, just ask a grown-up for help for a plate that goes into the microwave. Okay, so we're going to see the effects on heat onto Peeps. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Peeps and put them on my microwave safe plate, and I'm going to put them in the microwave for 20 seconds. Okay, and we'll see what happens. Okay, this is my favorite experiment, by the way. And so this is 20 seconds in the microwave. And look what happened. One of the fun things is actually standing in front of the microwave to watch the Peeps, but they expanded. And so the effect of heat, so Peeps are marshmallows, and they're made of tiny little air bubbles that are basically surrounded by gelatin and the sugar. And when the Peeps, you put them in the microwave, the water molecules in the syrup begin to vibrate and they heat up. And that process creates steam, and it fills all the air pockets in the Peeps. And as the air pockets fill up, the Peeps expand. Voila! So that's a fun science experiment to use leftover Peeps if you have them. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed all these science projects and maybe had some candy along the way. Bye-bye. Until next time, guys.